What's up, everybody? We just finished recording, but I had to tell you this. Let me switch settings real quick. I had to tell you guys this because I don't want you starting listening to this podcast and thinking the audio is going to sound like this the whole time through. We had audio difficulties. I forgot to press record, so the audio you're hearing is going to be from the camera. It's only going to last like 15 minutes, maybe 18. You're going to get to the good audio. Just hang in. I promise it gets better. Eric's editing the vlog that you guys are going to see Thursday morning. Listen to this episode. Great draft episode. Look at our new studio. We're about to explain it all coming up in a second. Let's go. First Dunn and Drew episode in our brand new studio. Welcome to episode 184. Hope that's right.
It is.
Because we're official now, so everything has got to be on point. And so far, everything is. It's going to be weird because I'm going to be talking to Eric. Just let me tell you guys, this is a unique setup today. It's normally going to be a lot better. We're both going to have our own microphones in the near future. Just will take a little bit more investing of our money. But today, we got a new table, which we'll talk about that story.
Maybe you scoot back a little bit and face this way.
Okay.
And we put the mic like here or something.
No, it's got to be.
I'm in the optimal position.
Oh no, you got to look this way when you talk.
I'm in the optimal position.
So your mouth has to be over here.
So
you just don't look at the camera. Pretend the camera's not there.
I like talking to my people.
Y'all
just gonna have to watch us for this one. We'll figure it out.
Also, we gotta be careful banging on the table because that'll register the microphone.
That'll be tough when we're a bottle of Jameson.
That whole bottle would be scary, especially since we gotta wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
You do. My flight's a little later.
You're not riding with me?
I'm going with you.
Okay.
Yes, this might be an all-nighter. Guys, it might be an all-nighter.
So we are, as you know, we set up in our apartment in Jacksonville. We moved to Jacksonville mainly for this guy underneath the microphone right here, Trevor Lawrence, and Urban Meyer, just to cover the Jaguars this year. But another benefit, or I guess the hand in hand with that, is our podcast. So we said, hey, if we're in the same apartment, let's do a studio in the apartment. Obviously, we're not going to still do Zoom from our bedrooms.
It would be funny though, like an April Fool's joke, but we're past that.
So we're here. We got a brand new table at IKEA. Well, not brand new. We'll get into that too.
Should we just tell them watch the vlog to see that?
Yes, we are coming up. When's that vlog dropping? Because tomorrow at like 10. So Thursday morning.
10:30.
Thursday morning at 10:30. We will
11.
11.
In case there's delays with our flight.
Is Cleveland in?
It's in Ohio.
I know. But that's not Eastern time, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, no time change.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Good. Yeah.
How Florida goes back an hour if you go on the panhandle for a little bit. But if you go up to Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland's still like on the east side.
Okay.
Yeah. Florida panhandle really long, like this dick. But wow. Jameson.
So what did we do today? The next day, so we got our apartment. That was okay. We finally moved in, and this was our first day officially. Both moved in, and we were like, "All right, well, we got to do a podcast tonight because we didn't do one Monday." And by the way, we have a great guest for you guys talking NFL draft. Justice, he works for Bleacher Report. He just is a freaking film room junkie. So we really tapped into his mind on the NFL draft, and it was very enlightening and great if you're listening to this even after the draft, because I know a lot of you will start listening to the podcast a little later. It'll be, I think, even better because you'll be listening to our takes on who we think is going to go where and how good each prospect is, and you'll be like, oh no, he went here, he actually went here. So I think it'll be entertaining. You want to talk about after? So we moved in today, first day. What did our timeline of? You'll see it all in the vlog, but let's talk about it.
Yeah. So I thought Andy was gonna get here on what day is it?
Today's
Wednesday. I thought he was gonna get here on Tuesday. He told me he was gonna get here Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Anyway,
I remember saying that. But
I've been here since Saturday. That was my day when I finally moved up here for good. So I've been up here for a few days by myself, just smoking weed, trying to get rid of my headaches. from the J&J vaccine.
Oh, get into that later.
We will get in. Let me put that in rants.
You did.
It's in rants. Okay, we'll get there. But anyway, fast forward. Today's Wednesday, and he pulled up. He had a bunch of shit in his car that we brought in. And then he made a list of errands we had to do. And we went to IKEA, got this table. He surprised me with this sign.
That's in the
He
vlog.
said this was the housewarming gift that he teased on other episodes. But housewarming gift, I guess, means for both of us. But he said it was for me.
It's for the house. That's it. It's for the house.
For the house, I liked it.
And look,
You'll
perfect. Oh, I didn't even realize we're sitting on the right side.
You did it.
The sign, Dunn and Drew.
I understand.
So if you guys are just listening, I got Eric
It's house. The house.
Oh, I got the house.
Housewarming.
Relax. I can't get him the gift with him just fully accepting it.
Well, he first gave me 2 bags of almonds, and I thought that was a housewarming gift, and I was like, these aren't the right ones. He gave me roasted salted. I eat lightly salty.
I cannot ever get him a perfect gift.
No, I love the neon sign. I love it. It's great. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, you'll see it. If you're listening, go to YouTube, you'll see it. If you're watching the vlog, you'll see it there as well when I actually get the reaction. Probably wasn't the reaction you wanted.
No, it was good.
It
was so funny because I was like nervous, like I was shaking. It was so weird because
That's the vacuum.
not because I was scared you weren't gonna like it. I knew this was a home run gift here. YouTube.com/DunandDrew.
The worst thing you did was set me up for excitement, though, because you were like, I sent it to other people and they said it was a great gift. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
I can't hold it in when I have something good. I can't hold it in. And
Good to
instead of like showing you the actual gift, which that was the only other alternative, I had to tell you that people thought it was fucking sick, and it is. I mean, you can't really tell too much. Like you can't tell fully on camera right now because I think it's kind of overexposing the microphone in the middle. But it's Dunn microphone Drew. It looks like our logo.
Yeah.
And it's the same typeface. It's fucking sick.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not exact, but look, it looks like it.
It does. I didn't know you can request font for
Well,
this.
I told her what I wanted to look like. She's like, all right. And then she sent me some mocks. I've been working on this for like 2 months.
It's a good gift. I like it. It's way better than having art on the wall. I like it.
I feel like we're gonna do still.
Yeah, we will. I'm just saying this will top the art. The art is just the extra pieces, the extra amenities. But so we went to IKEA. We got this table. We were looking for chairs too, because IKEA had no chairs we liked. We went to Target. We went to Bear Furniture. Everything was like $400 per chair. We're like, get the fuck out of
That
Bear.
was insane.
Fuck out of Bear. Went to Target. We didn't like any chairs there, and I was like, okay, let's just do this. You have a chair already. This is like the first podcast. We're not like fully moved in yet. Just use your chair, and then I'll get like some simple chair from Target because I don't have a chair yet. Here I've got a desk in my room with no chair, so I'll just buy some cheap shit, and we'll switch them out later. We'll figure it out. But we got things to do.
The best part of today though was the table, because we went to IKEA and we looked at the table. We've already been to IKEA before. If you saw the vlog, great trip. Never been before. Blown away. It's like we're at a theme park. We get to the tables and we're like, all right, here we go. We gotta actually decide on one. And we came to a decision. We're like, all right, we both like this table. It was like a light wood color, and we're like, okay, we settled on this, but let's not get our heart too set on it because IKEA is trash when it comes to keeping shit in stock.
Because everybody goes there.
Yeah.
Everybody goes there. So you're never going to find anything.
So we get to the end of the maze, and by the way, what if there's a shooter in IKEA?
Jesus Christ. I'm never going back.
Like he'd have to go on the weekend, though, because it was dead.
It was dead today, but that's bad for us if you decided to go on a Wednesday.
Well, it's a maze in IKEA. There's no exits, and it's literally a maze. Anyway, what I was saying, we found the table we liked, got to the end of the maze.
But the table we liked, this table we found as we were going to check out the few items.
That's in the end.
What you mean?
That doesn't spoil it. That's in the end.
Okay.
So we found a table we liked. Went to a representative, said, hey, do you have this in stock? Because it said speak to a representative. And she said, she went on her computer and she's like, oh no, we're out of stock. I was like, duh, of course you are. But didn't get my heart too set on it. And she actually said that. I hope you didn't get your heart too. No, I know IKEA. I didn't. And she said, she gave us some other options. We're like, no, we're just going to go somewhere else. On our way out, I passed by, I think I hit it first. You were looking at mirrors, Eric. I passed by this table, and it was near their clearance section, their discount section. And I was looking at it, and I was like, wait, it says discount. What's wrong with it? Because I'm like rubbing my finger. I'm looking at it from angles.
Or you was rubbing it.
Trying to see where there were scratches, where there was nicks. I found one super tiny pin-sized nick on it. And I was like, is this it? Because this is not bad. And then another representative, someone that worked there, said, oh, it looks like this one was on our showroom floor, and don't know what else is wrong with it. I was like, doesn't look like there is anything wrong with it. It was just on their showroom, so they couldn't like sell it in a box. So we were like, okay, we'll do it. The rest of it is in the vlog.
Yeah, it's a long story of how we got this table up here, but we got it all in video form.
You got to see the vlog.
Chopped up into pieces and easier to explain than going on a 45-minute tangent about how we got a fucking table.
So on our YouTube page now, we have at youtube.com/Dunn and Drew. If you go down to the playlist section, we have a vlog section.
I did that. Yeah, I know you saw that shit because I saw you put some shit in there, boy.
Makes it very easy to find. Dunn and Drew, youtube.com/Dunn and Drew. Scroll down to the vlog section. And
did you put the vlog playlist on the home screen?
Yes.
Gotcha. Hey, Andy put that shit right under podcast episodes on the YouTube page, so it's easy to find, y'all. That video will be up at 11 a.m. Thursday morning, draft day. So y'all can go check that out and see our table adventures. Let's get into the fucking podcast.
Yeah, so here we are. In the future, we're going to have a better setup with we'll both each have our own microphones. It'll just be totally cool. Like I have my computer set up right there. Like, got too much clutter in here, but it's gonna be a lot better. But like I said, into the episode, we interview Justice. I just want to make sure I'm saying his last name right. He works for Bleacher Report. His name is Justice Mosqueda, at JUMOSQ. He's a draft analyst, draft expert. He just grinds on film. It's crazy, these people that every draft season, like, is their season to shine. Like, they just grind film. I don't know how they do it, but we talked to him we asked him how he does it.
They love
methods, their grading system. They ranked 300 prospects this year, based on a grading scale. So we talked to him about that. We talked to him about their number one prospect. Talked to him about there are just some interesting notes on who they have. For, like, he was talking about defensive linemen that they have in like the top 15 that no one's even talking about. Like, it's their highest defensive player on that list, and no one's mocked him anywhere I've seen on any of the .coms or NFL networks. Even they rank him ahead of J.C. Horn and Michael Parsons. I'm like, wow, I've never even heard this guy. So tune in for this interview later on.
Yeah, they do extensive research. Like, this is like
it's crazy.
This is their pride and joy. So like, they're watching hours and hours of film of like these individual players, and they put together this draft board. So it may be worth looking at before we get into the draft for your specific team. But we interviewed a guy from it, and I think it'd be worth your time. But you're here anyway. You're going to hear it anyway.
I think so. Going into the drafts tomorrow, which, speaking of which, me and Eric and I are flying out in 7 hours. We'll be boarded on our plane. I'll probably be in the air by then. Christ, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, his flight's at 5:30 in the morning, which means he has to be at the airport by. Fuck. We gotta be at the airport at least by 4:30 in the morning. I was telling Andy and IKEA or Target that this trip, like it matters, this trip is gonna remind me of when I went to fucking Penn State whiteout game and then went to a Jags Bengals game the next day. I got absolutely no sleep because we gotta fucking edit the pod, edit the vlog, make sure we have all of our stuff so when we get to Cleveland, we're not, lost and shit. Like, we have a lot of things to pack. Like, we got to pack the camera, we have the batteries, we have to have battery chargers, we got to have our computers, we got to have our vaccination cards, we have to have a lot of things. There's a lot of things to do within these next like 5 hours or so. So, the grind has started immediately.
Yeah,
for
I'm
us.
so worried about getting sick because number one, today was a fucking grind. From sun up, I woke up at 6 a.m. I got my shit ready, ate breakfast, drove to Jack's about an hour and a half. And then once I got here, we got in my car. We went to IKEA. From there, we came here, built the studio. It's like I have not stopped today, so my immune system got to be struggling. And then flying on a plane is
we're drinking right now.
Drinking is another. Yes, I'm drinking alcohol, so I'm like saying, "Hey, immune system, I know I've put you through hell today. Good luck. Here's some alcohol on top of all of that." And then tomorrow I got to wake up early, so I'm not gonna get a lot of sleep. Planes always fuck me up.
No, me too.
And then we're going into bad weather.
Oh my God, we're going into cold and rainy. That's the worst combination of weather ever.
Good news is we're vaxxed.
Well, okay. J&J is fucking me as we speak.
Doesn't mean we're not going to get like, I don't know.
I'm taking Sudafed every day for headaches that I have. When I wake up, I get a headache an hour later. I have to take Sudafed because my allergies are fucking me. At the same time, I don't know if this J&J thing is doing anything to me, but like, who knows? I don't know what's going on with my body. I feel good when I don't have a headache, but I wake up with headaches sometimes. So every time I go on a trip, I predict that I'm going to get fucked physically, and I do every time. But tomorrow, I plan on going to the gym. Drew, he needs a nap.
Tomorrow? What?
Drew needs a nap.
Oh, you mean once we land?
Yo ass needs sleep. I don't need sleep. I need to like sweat. That's what I have to do.
You sweat this Jameson out of your system?
Not the Jameson. Just like I have to work out. I'm addicted to the gym now, guys. So like I have to get it in. And I did not send my workout to the fucking fitness community yet. So I have to do that at some point.
How many obligations do you have?
A lot. That's why I need a social media manager. Because
relax, you can do it.
I've been doing it. I feel like it's going to get overwhelming at some point.
Yeah, jobs are overwhelming. 9 to 5 is overwhelming. You're chilling.
I feel like managing multiple social media accounts way more overwhelming than going to one job and working for one person and sitting at a desk all day for one person. You got to manage multiple channels, post.
That's more fun. It's your brand.
It is, but it's more overwhelming for sure than a job. 9 to 5. You know what you're getting into. Social media, you have to manage.
I think you have a lot more.
It's more demanding to run social media accounts because not every account that you're running is making money, but that's your ultimate goal. Your job, you just show up, you get paid. Social media, you got to grind on this shit to eventually get money for it. We're not living off of Dunn and Drew, and we're about to go to the fucking. We're about to go to the NFL draft because we want to make good ass content that you're not going to see anywhere else to help grow our brand. It's a grind. It is more demanding than a 9 to 5. 9 to 5 people don't got to wake up at fucking 4 to go on a flight to Cleveland and then make content for 3, 4, 5 straight days and then edit the shit. Come on.
Thank God I'm unemployed right now.
Come on. Don't even get me started about this social media shit. This shit is a fucking full-time job in itself as well. But it's fun, like you said. And that's what you should be doing in life, something you enjoy.
How about we saw Eric, just real quick, Eric got recognized actually both of us got recognized for the podcast at IKEA.
It's in the vlog.
That's in the vlog. You have to see that. That man was flustered.
Yeah.
He was not expecting to see us, I guess.
He was one of the most nervous people I've ever seen that has met me.
Wow.
He was like, he does what I do. Like he was swaying, he was like stuttering, he was like trying to gather his thoughts, but you know, he had the courage to come up to us, and that's all that matters to me. So, and the weird part was I put the camera in his face and he said nothing.
No,
he's just like, he's just going.
When I saw that, like that's why I was kind of quiet the whole time. I was awkward because I was like, this man, Eric's holding the camera up. And
Bro, I had the camera right in front of this dude. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
I mean, he was nervous to begin with, so it's hard to tell if that even affected him.
He didn't even look at it. I was looking at his eyes. He was looking at me the whole time.
Right in your eyes.
He didn't look at the camera. I was like,
respect.
I was like, boo. He didn't look at the camera at all. But we had a day today, guys. We had a day today. And like when I was recording the beginning of this vlog that you're going to see tomorrow, I thought there was going to be no content.
How do you think it sounds on the camera?
It probably sounds fine. It picks up audio well.
Oh my God, I'm such a dumbass.
All right, guys. So we weren't recording on... Oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. We weren't recording on the microphone for this whole time. Hopefully the camera audio sounds okay.
It will.
Oh my God, I'm sick to my stomach.
We're projecting. It'll pick it up. Because I've taken that shit into loud ass fucking batteries already. Oh no, it's not. I've taken that camera into loud ass stadiums and the audio's fine. We're in a quiet room and projecting will pick it up. So,
all right. Well, at least that was just the intro. Still, kind of.
It is, yeah.
So other than the 49ers in the draft, I think Kyle Pitts is the most intriguing to me. And
how you just gonna go into that? You even set it up.
Don't bang on the table. Remember?
I'm sorry. This man just said so other than Kyle Pitts. When you say shit about the draft.
I did.
Like 20 minutes ago. We talk about IKEA.
I thought it was a good transition. Oh, fuck.
Go ahead.
Other than for the 49ers in the draft, Kyle Pitts and Justin Fields are the most intriguing to me. So we'll get into that later.
Okay.
All right, but we've been recording for 20 minutes. Should we stop it and just restart it?
No.
So I thought it stops recording after 30.
I don't know. I like to test it.
I thought you tested it already.
I didn't test that.
What did you test? When I said, hey, see how long your vlog camera records.
The battery, because I had a 32 gig memory card in there, it filled up. So I was
okay.
Like, so I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, well, shit. Well, then just let me know if... You got to keep looking up there, though.
I have been.
Okay.
Like, I'm looking at the corner to see if it stops.
Okay. Do we want to do Manscaped now?
Yeah. They emailed us about...
Timestamps. I don't do those, though.
Tommy does those. All right, guys. So Dunn and Drew is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels and is available in USA, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the EU. We have an exclusive offer for you guys. Use code Dunn and Drew for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the movement and 2 million other men who trust Manscaped. I'll be real with y'all. Today, I'm getting ready for the draft for Cleveland.
My crotch was so sweaty today.
The crotch. I was going to go to my nose. I guess the crotch works too because that's Manscaped's brand. But I was going to talk about my nose specifically. I got a haircut last Friday, so I was looking at my neck, seeing if it's, hairy and shit. It is. I'm going to shave it at some point. But I was looking at my nose. My nose hairs was poking. So I was using that weed trimmer, nose hair trimmer, and that shit was amazing. It got all those fucking long ass hairs that were sticking out and shit. So my nose is good and I'm ready to go. But you guys can order the Perfect Package 3.0 on manscaped.com. Inside this package, you will find the Crop Preserver, which is an anti-chafing deodorant for your balls. I pack that every time I travel.
I'm packing it. Cleveland.
Definitely taking that. It's going to be cold, rainy. We're going to be walking around. Ball's going to be sweaty as shit. We're taking the Crop Reviver, which is also in the Perfect Package 3.0. That is a little ball toner spray and refresher. So like you get out of the shower, you apply the deodorant, and when you're walking around and shit, like throughout the day, you spray the Reviver. It also includes the anti-chafing performance boxers. Those are free when you purchase this package. And, you get 20% off, free shipping, Dunn and Drew. You get a lot when you order the Performance Package 3.0. So head over to manscaped.com, order that shit, make your balls feel clean, smell nice, because you already know when we in Cleveland walking around and shit and rainy and shit, our shit gonna be smelling fresh. And we probably gonna have that shit ready for the vlog as well. You already know. I might apply, those crop mops. I might walk around with those.
I'll have a fanny pack, so if you want to put your crop mops in my fanny pack, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'll put all my shit in your little fanny pack.
Well, not all your shit's gonna fit. You can put your little dildo thing there, a little vibrating dildo.
Why would I bring that? Why would I bring that to the draft? I'm in the middle of the crowd. What the fuck?
We draft Trevor. You put it in.
You're horny ass.
Sorry.
I'm getting arrested in Cleveland.
Let's do a top 10. Let's do a picks 1 through 10 mock draft. Someone asked for it, right?
Yeah.
I just gotta know the...
Jake Jeremiah _08 asked us on Twitter to do a top 10 at least ahead of the draft. So, you got the order?
Yeah. Well,
one. Man, come on.
So number 1, I assume we're gonna. Are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Back and forth?
Yeah, we can do back and forth.
All right, you can
Off
start.
the dome. With the first pick in the NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback Clemson.
With the second pick in the NFL draft, the New York Jets pick Zach Wilson, BYU.
I don't know if I like that one.
You don't like that one? It's pretty.
I know. We were talking our homeboy.
I have no choice.
With the third pick in the NFL
This is a
draft,
big one.
the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance
That's what I would have done
from
too.
North Dakota State.
I think they'll do Trey Lance.
Not Mac Jones.
Yeah, and if I don't know where Mac Jones goes if they don't do it.
I don't care, you know.
I don't either.
Bama QB, yawn.
Fourth pick, Atlanta Falcons. This is tough.
This is pressure. This is the big question mark.
Like, I can see no one is really mocking them to take Sewell, the offensive tackle, but I can see that.
Really?
Like, everyone's saying Kyle Pitts, or they're trading out.
Could you see the Falcons trading out?
Yeah. If someone wants Pitts or someone wants a quarterback, that falls. But if they're staying, I'm going to go... God, fuck. You know what? No one's saying it, so if I say this and I'm right, people are going to be going insane. But I'm going to make it clean. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons, I got Penei Sewell. Offensive tackle. No one's saying that.
No one's saying
And you
that.
know there's going to be a curveball in the draft. There always is.
I respect your decision. Fifth pick in the NFL draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Jamar Chase.
Wow, Kyle Pitts is on a free fall. The Dolphins are sprinting, or should I say swimming, to the podium to hand Roger Goodell a card with the name Kyle Pitts on it.
I believe that.
Tua Tagovailoa
To attack a guy, Boa.
has no excuse now. You're going to know exactly who he is.
The Detroit Lions at 7. Jared Goff.
I think that's Broncos.
This says Detroit Lions. Am I capping? Broncos 9 on this one.
I'm looking at one that's 2 hours old. Yeah. Wait, why would you say Lions?
This says March 26.
I think there have been some trades and some movements.
Why is this first in the Google?
When did the Lions have... Did they trade? God, this is
March
trash.
26th. Okay. This still says 7.
Oh, yeah, Broncos traded with the Lions.
This still says 7.
Oh, wait,
Lions.
maybe... Oh, maybe I'm looking at a mock draft that includes trades. Oh, yeah. Okay, mine includes trades. So you do yours.
Lions.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions at 7. They have Goff. They have Galladay. That's all I know. So who do they need? I don't fucking know. Everybody. Who's the best player on the board right now? Waddle? Smith? They're not taking a quarterback.
You don't think?
They're riding with Goff. You traded Stafford for Goff?
You sound like you're doing a poem.
I have no idea what you're doing, Lions. You're an awful franchise.
Jeez.
But if we're doing for mock draft purposes, y'all are taking Waddle here. Because I'm only saying that because apparently he's better than Smith. That's the only reason. And I think
That's what they say.
I had Smith over 11.5, I think.
Who's after, since I can't trust this mock draft, who's after the Lions? Or whoever, yeah, who is after the Lions?
The Carolina Panthers.
Ooh, who just traded Teddy.
Just got Teddy.
They-
Just traded Teddy. Got Darnold, Christian McCaffrey. You got Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel. There's another receiver on that team that I think is good.
Man, the Panthers would have loved. Panthers
should go receiver.
I think they should try to get Falcons pick and get Pitts, but Should they go receiver even though they have Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel?
Get 3.
Wait, they don't have Curtis Samuel.
They don't? Who?
No, he was a free agent.
Don't lie to me, boy.
Curtis Samuel, Washington football team.
Oh God, get a receiver.
Yeah, so they need a receiver.
Smith.
So perfect replacement.
Darnold is Smith. Darnold, you better eat. Okay.
Sorry.
Darnold better eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Sure pick, though.
I'm gonna go Devontae Smith to the Panthers. The Panthers. That's a high pick.
It is
for how other people are mocking.
Yeah, it is.
What is the offensive draft?
It is also tackle heavy, offensive lineman heavy. So Broncos at 9. They just got Teddy Bridgewater. They have Jerry Jeudy. They got Noah Fant. Who's on this board right now? Broncos. Who they taking?
I think they're taking a quarterback.
Really?
You know who's on the board.
Do you think they're taking Fields?
I can see it.
I can see it too. That's just gross to me.
Get your nut off.
It's loud?
Yeah, very loud.
And yours?
Yeah, even on there. She's your phone. Bury it.
It'll turn off once it's closed. Teddy Bridgewater may not be it for Denver.
Well, duh. He hasn't been it for a few teams.
Well, has he had a chance?
Vikings,
oh, God.
Saints,
Don't relax.
Panthers.
I get it. Justin Fields to the Broncos. Fuck.
All right, who's next?
Well, I closed my laptop. So.
What number were you at?
We're on 10 now.
Okay, so
Cowboys.
This is Cowboys. Cowboys, I've heard J.C. Horn is the best corner in this draft. They need a corner. Cowboys, J.C. Horn. And that's our mock draft.
That's our top 10 mock draft.
Oh, that was tough. I just can't wait because everyone's always wrong. So I don't know why mock drafts are so popular. I guess they're popular because you want to see who. I guess you want to speculate, like, ooh, how will my team look with this player?
For the people that don't pay attention to college players, which is probably a lot of people, just like we don't pay attention to college basketball, but we watch the NBA. There's probably a lot of people out there that don't watch college football, but they watch the NFL, so they like a little research.
I think it's the most intriguing. There's just so much drama. Like, remember that year that was it Laramie Tunsil? Like he was falling on the draft because someone released a video of him smoking pot.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Now he's in his bag.
Yes.
Speaking of bags,
Houston,
Dunn and Drew is also brought to you by our Patreon, which you can join by giving us $5 a month. You get exclusive access to our Discord channel, which has a slew of Dunn and Drew listeners, talking every day, communicating. And you also get a bonus episode every week. This week, I have no idea what it's going to be because we will be blacked at the fucking draft. But we will somehow, some way give you content that you will not get anywhere else. Got to do my Bubba Wallace segment.
Okay, but since we're in draft mode, let's kick it to the interview with Justice. We appreciate him coming on. He's going to drop his Twitter handle at the end, so stick around for that. A lot of good draft tidbits. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, whether you're listening to this before the draft to get info, to put in your back pocket while watching, or if you're listening to this after or watching us after the draft and you want to roast our opinions, or it's just very interesting to see what people were thinking beforehand and what actually happened. So here is that interview. We're going to play it now.
Check.
Yes.
Good? Okay.
How about us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys completely.
This is our first Zoom interview. Well, this is our first Zoom interview of our new studio. So thank you for being the first guest on the new and improved Dunn and Drew.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. No problem. Anytime.
So yeah,
for Andrew, anything. Thanks.
I don't even remember why you follow me. I
think it's just Jack's Twitter stuff, man.
Jack's
I think I was just it's just you do draft stuff long enough, you end up meeting like every dude in Jack's Twitter. So like it's kind of how it works.
Well, going through Jack's Twitter is whether it depends on what side you're going through it. You could be going through Jag's Twitter, like getting dragged, but you're not ever dragged. I think Jag's Twitter really likes you. So I think you've always been on
I
the good
fear
side.
them. I think they fear me a little bit. It's like a mutual thing where it's like, all right,
Gotcha.
we're both good guys with guns,
So were you at the West Coast or something?
Yeah, but I'm in Portland.
Oh, okay.
Who's
Yes,
that?
sir.
Who's that logo on your hat? Is that Western Michigan?
No, that's the second time I've gotten that this week. No, it's the
Wow.
high school I coach at.
Okay.
I helped out with them this past year because my girlfriend was tired of seeing me just hang out at the house. She was like, "You gotta go do something." So,
What'd you do? Like when you teach high school football, do you have a specific position, or are you just
I work with linemen for the most part, but I took a special teams coordinator role this year too, just because they needed a guy there, and half of it's just organization stuff. So it ended up being pretty easy. But hey, man, I'll tell you this: I've never sweat so much in a high school game before, and I thought high school games were stressful for me enough. And then having to get like, hey, little Johnny's hurt. Who's next on the depth chart for one of the 6 phases on special teams? Also, if he's not on the field in 5 seconds, like we're gonna get a delay of game.
Mm-hmm.
Never had that kind of pressure before, but yeah, it sure gets the heart going.
This is my co-host, Eric Dunn. You work for Bleacher Report, and you mentioned you coached the linemen. I know I saw a tweet from you recently about you scouted you spent like so many hours scouting the linemen in the draft. Was it offensive linemen or defensive linemen?
Defensive line. So yeah, the way Bleacher Report set it up is we have 4 guys who are taking specific units. So like I'm doing the front 7. Corey is doing the defensive backfield. He used to be an NFL scout. I believe he played defensive back in college. Nate Tice, who is Russell Wilson's backup at Wisconsin and Mike Tice's kid, he worked in the AAF. He worked in the NFL for a while, college ball. He's doing the offensive skill guys, and then Brandon Thorne, who does a lot of stuff with offensive linemen, is doing our O-line. So we kind of like divorced it within those specific positions, and we just stuck to those positions. Like I watched 90 front 7 guys, defensive linemen, defensive edge defenders, and linebackers for this draft. So like I got through like the UDFAs even, which was nice because once you're able to focus on very specific people, you can actually get honest evaluations on those later round guys versus someone who's being asked, hey, it's the week before the draft, put out a top 300 big board, and they're not watching half of the guys. So
yes,
it's a ton of work. We spent 4 months and I watched 90 guys. It takes a lot of time. It's not like this stuff goes real quick. But
what's your process when you're evaluating? I know it's different from each position, but are you watching every single snap and you're watching just that player?
Yeah. So I guess the first thing that I would say, just because of the background that I come from. So like we did a ton of scouting reports, Optimum Scouting, which was the company that I was like number 2, and I was the director of analytics for them. We ran the player personnel pool for the XFL. So, I mean, I'm coming off of just doing a ton of reports anyway, right? So I always start with kind of like player background and production, just kind of getting a feel for how much time has this guy played? What is going on, in this guy's head in terms of like human development, right? I think that's really important. There's a couple guys like Chaz Surratt, the linebacker from North Carolina. He was North Carolina's starting quarterback his freshman year.
Oh, goodness.
And now he's a linebacker. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things like that where it's like, oh, okay, this probably matters in the evaluation, and you should come into the evaluation knowing that. And then I watch film, just zoning in on a guy for probably 3 games. Some guys it's tougher than others because of the scheme that they played in. Like college football on the defensive side is getting less and less like the pro game by the year. So sometimes it gets tough with guys like Milton Williams from Louisiana Tech, where it's like none of this really translates. Or Tulsa, I mean, Zayvon Collins is probably going to be a first-round pick. They run a 3-3 stack. I mean, nothing about that translates to the NFL outside of his like physical traits.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? So you have to kind of focus in on that.
How much does it affect you not knowing what a player's assignment is on a play? Or do you know enough about football to where you kind of assume where that player is supposed to be on any given play?
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy, especially for the front 7. I think the front 7 is probably the easiest of all of them. Where it gets tough, especially for me, like I said, line background, right? So when we're getting into this new stuff, coverage wise, like what Georgia's starting to do, what Alabama's starting to do, a lot of these Tennessee, a lot of these SEC teams, right, where they're doing man match stuff where it looks like man coverage and then the guy switches last second and you're like, whoa, what the hell was it? Like, is this zone? Is this man? Like, this looks very different. And like a lot of teams in the NFL aren't doing it. The Rams did under their defensive coordinator. He ended up moving up to the Chargers. So I wouldn't be surprised if, both LA teams did it. Joe Barry just got hired as the defensive coordinator in Green Bay, and he came from Los Angeles. So I wouldn't be surprised if those 3 teams did it. But there's a lot of coverage assignments that are really tough to evaluate for defensive backs. And I think that just gets more and more difficult. I'm the last guy you want to talk to about defensive backs in terms of like how deep I am on this draft stuff, just because the way I'd evaluate defensive backs, or especially cornerbacks, is like, hey man, what do they look like in press man? Because that'd be the number one thing that I would care about.
All right, so rank the top 10.
So tricky.
So rank the top 10 defensive backs in this. Just kidding. What can you explain the grading scale? So you guys, I saw on the article, you guys do a grading scale for your top 300 players that are coming out in the draft or undrafted guys. What does that grading scale look like?
So the grading scale is draft rounds slated to pro potential. So for example, like a 4th round pick for us is a future role player / spot starter, right? That's how we have it written in, just so that all 4 of us evaluating can kind of be on the same page. Because at the end of the day, we're having meetings. Whenever we drop a big board, we're having meetings and we're talking about moving guys up and down and who do we want to break out of these tiers and stuff like that. But just to get kind of like a baseline understanding of like, this is roughly what this grade means, right? That's how kind of we do it.
0 to 10?
We go from like 5 to 10. Yeah, a lot of teams do a lot of weird things. Like I know Blesto and Nationals grading scale is kind of the same way. It's just kind of how it works out in the NFL. If I were to run a team, I would probably try to tie in draft position to NFL contracts in a weird way. So basically like the trade up value of that draft pick compared to what the salary is, and then tying that all together. So you actually get like, hey, this is, this guy should be, is $2 million better than this draft selection.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Right? There's a way to do it, especially with kind of how the cash swaps are working right now with the Aqib Talib trade, Ryan Tannehill trade, Osweiler trade. There's like, some evidence in the NFL where you can finally start tying in draft value to actual salary cap space.
Wow.
And I think there's a way that you can do it to have, pro personnel and college tied in at the same thing to kind of get a better way to grade out guys in terms of like rounds. But
so are you just comparing college players to college players, or do you actually have to go into the NFL teams and understand the defensive schemes they run so you compare a player to that team? Or is it just a big board of college players that you're comparing about how they performed in college? Or are you actually picking like what NFL team you think they're going to fit best in?
We do a little bit of a both. So like when we talk about guys, we talk about them like, hey, this guy would be a really good fit here. And that's why I have him that high, right? Like there's certain guys that don't necessarily fit every scheme, but we're just doing it kind of a holistic big board, not tied to a team. Because if we did do that, I mean, I think things would look different. Like, for example, like an Azeez Ojulari, who's not a very good pass rusher, has great get off, but he's a great run defender and he's extremely violent, right? Yeah. So like those are specific things that some teams will need. But if you're looking at like a cover 3 team, right, they need pass rush from their defensive line. Yeah. But if you look at a team like a Tennessee, a Baltimore, a New England, they would love having an edge defender who plays that violent all the time, and he's a much better fit there, right? That's where you kind of have to start divorcing player evaluations from scheme fit, I guess I would say.
I see here that the 10 overall would be once in a generation prospect at their position, aka number 1 overall talent. Did you guys find any 10s in your top 300 this year?
Let me look it up. I sure didn't. No, we did not have. We did not have a 10. Our highest is 9.6.
And that is?
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You guys happen to hear about that guy?
Yeah,
just a little bit. Just a little bit about him.
I'm surprised there aren't any murals. We're driving around all over South Side today. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Trevor Lawrence murals yet, but I'm sure they're coming.
What defensive player is the highest that you guys have ranked? because for me, I'm all about offense. I don't ever know about the defensive guys, and that's your specialty. So who's like the top defensive guy coming out?
Although it's probably a corner, and he's not. He didn't do the defense.
No, it's actually a defensive
JC
line.
Horn?
It's Davian Nixon is the guy that we have, and he's probably not going to go in the first round, but he's a real he's a real explosive player. I mean, you watch him.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
him.
I don't really necessarily know what I'm missing with Davian Nixon, but we're talking about a guy who was an All-American in junior college, turned down an Alabama offer, went to Iowa, first year as a starter at Iowa, made All-American. Then he ran a 4.8 at 315 pounds.
Oh my God.
Like this guy is a Fletcher Cox level of athlete. And it's not like he's some sort of hidden gem who's like should be a sleeper on boards. I mean, we're talking about a full-blown All-American, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand what I'm missing there. But the next couple guys that we have on the defensive side are all pretty big names. Jeremiah Wusu-Koromora, he's kind of like a Jamal Adams type of guy as a linebacker, but he's undersized, great speed, might be a safety at the next level.
Yeah,
Patrick Surtain.
You have him ahead of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I don't think Micah Parsons is as versatile as people think. I mean, he's a really big, violent, fast guy, but in terms of like coverage, he's gonna get slept on a little bit. In terms of as a pass rusher, I don't really see it with him on blitzes. Like he's a big run stuffer up the inside, but I think even a 3-4 defense, you have him as an inside linebacker. Parsons is kind of a guy that reminds me of like Anthony Barr. Like he is Anthony Barr, both the good and the bad, where he maxes out, where Anthony Barr is, Anthony Barr might make a Pro Bowl, but you're never thinking of him as like this dude changed our defense, right? He gave us an identity that teams just can't handle. In terms, like I would take a Dante Hightower over Anthony Barr. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And that's kind of the divorce of where those tiers are split.
So you would say one of my questions was going to be which player in this draft do you think deserves more hype than they're getting? I guess it would be Nixon, right?
Right. Yeah. Nixon's one of them. There's a ton of guys, I think, in the later rounds that I think the media has not really caught on. Like a guy like Shaka Toney. You could convince me he played better football than Owe. And Owe might be a first round pick, and people are talking about Shaka Toney as a 6th rounder. Toney also ran a 4.6 40 as a pass rusher. I don't know if you guys know, that's pretty fast. So like a guy like that, I think he's going to go a lot higher in the draft on actual draft day, probably day 2 when he's being talked about as a round 6 type of guy. There's a bunch of those type of guys this year. It's a very weird class just because of how it all shaked out.
How many years have you done this, or has Bleacher Report done this top 300 list?
So this specific project with, a 4-man scouting team, it's the first time they've done this. But for the draft, I've worked in the draft since probably 2013, I would say.
Okay, because I was going to ask, have you guys, so since I can't ask this question, I'll rephrase it. Have you found anyone deserving of a 10 based on your rating system that you guys are using here since 2013?
I would probably since 2013.
Yeah, since you started looking into these players and really taking deep dives on draft prospects.
I mean, Lawrence is up there, right?
I wasn't fishing for that answer, but if you want to give it to me.
I mean, hey, it's pretty easy to identify Trevor Lawrence as a guy who's going to be a game changer and having the high floor and the high ceiling at the same time, without any major red flags.
Is there any
SI article aside?
Yeah, right. Is there any issue about, I know people knock him on Clemson's a big on having a horizontal offense versus vertical, but when he was asked to throw vertical, like he did it and he was fine, right?
Right. And yeah, I mean, they call shot plays. Like once you get some of those spread teams, defenses just have to play you in man, because those guys get spread out so far that if you're not doing anything other than blitzing, those guys are just hanging in zones. So there was plenty of times where, they just locked him up in man, and he had to throw in the middle of the field against quarters. I know I watched the Wake Forest game because I broke down Boogie Basham, and they just basically played quarters and just let him, check it down the entire game. Their entire game plan was just, hey, let's make Trevor Lawrence run at the goal line and check the ball down, and he'll just do what needs to get done to win a game. I mean, that's the problem is a lot of those ACC teams just couldn't keep up with him athletically. So they just try to get him from like looking like an NFL quarterback, right? I mean, that was kind of their objective coming into the game. But Lawrence, I think he's perfectly fine. I think he throws the vertical ball a lot better than Deshaun Watson did in the same type of system. Even though Deshaun got better at it as a pro, I think it's like already present there for Lawrence now. And that's why we're talking about him as a completely different type of prospect than Watson coming out.
Okay, so what was this? Because I wasn't like, I think we had Blake Bortles at the time, so I wasn't like too keened in on Deshaun Watson as I wanted him, but I wasn't like watching tons of highlights. Why did he fall to, what was it, 10?
It was.
Why didn't he? Why wasn't he talked like Fields or Lawrence's?
Because he was throwing even fewer deep balls than Lawrence was, right? So like he wasn't throwing deep balls very much. And then at the combine, they hit him with that crazy radar gun that tells you how fast a ball's coming out. And he had like the worst miles per hour ever. And it was like, yeah, Deshaun just doesn't have an arm. And I was like, I don't know if he doesn't have an arm as much as like he's not being asked to throw those type of balls. And then you watch him in the preseason with the Texans and he's playing in a pro style system. And you could tell by the preseason, like, oh, this dude is different. He like figured it out. He's like already fixed the flaw in his game. It was almost like I remember Patrick Mahomes throwing some crazy deep ball to Tyreek in the preseason.
Oh god!
Before he became a starter.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, he figured it out. This dude's about to be unleashed. And you know, it was kind of the same thing with Deshaun, where it was like who he was in college and who he was in the NFL between when his college career ended and his rookie season started, like regular season, he already had made that jump. Whereas like Lawrence is that now. He's not that in September. He's that already. You know what I mean? So plus Deshaun had injury concerns too. He had like two ACL injuries while he was at Clemson.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then he got hurt his rookie year too. Remember, he was on a tear his rookie year, and then he got hurt.
I got a question because Justin Fields, in my opinion, has played out of his mind, but people don't have him even going in the top 10. Like some people don't even have him going in the top 10. They've got Mac Jones going above him, Zach Wilson going above him at 2 to the Jets. I'm just trying to wonder why people aren't giving Justin Fields the respect that he deserves. They're putting Zach Wilson above him, Mac Jones above him. But for me, I think Justin Fields is a better player than both of them. So why are we sitting here plugging Zach Wilson at 2 already? Why are we putting Mac Jones in at 3 to the 49ers? 49ers trading up to get Mac Jones over Justin Fields. I know he went to Bama and he played a good game at Devontae Smith, but Justin Fields is a hell of a player.
I agree, and I think it's because the full story isn't necessarily been told on what is happening with Justin Fields' camp right now. So if you're the 49ers, right? And let's file all of this around allegedly, okay? So if you're the 49ers, allegedly, you're not very happy with Jimmy Garoppolo because you think he could have played through his injury last year. So allegedly, you're mad at this guy because coming off of a Super Bowl run where you made it to the Super Bowl, your quarterback did not push through an injury that you believe he could have played through to get you into the playoffs coming off of that. Does that make sense?
Were there whispers of that, or is that completely hypothetical?
Allegedly. Let's say
Okay.
I'm putting under everything falls under alleged.
All
All right. So from that perspective, if you're looking at a quarterback in the number 3 slot and you're talking to Ohio State's coaches and you're talking to your medical people and you hear about Justin Fields' epilepsy issue and your medical staff is telling you, yeah, this should not be an issue. And you talk to Ohio State's coaches and Ohio State's coaches say, yeah, he missed this workout. He missed this practice because of this. And then you're putting that in the perspective from a team that wants availability from their quarterback primary, right? Because they just came through a wasted year coming off of a Super Bowl run, right? And now he's not being considered as the number 3 pick, right? And now you're a team that's picking after the San Francisco 49ers, and you're wondering, why should we be considering Justin Fields if he's not being considered for the number 3 pick? And then those type of things snowball, right? And I think that's why you're hearing whispers now of New England talking to Detroit, Carolina, and Dallas at 3, 8, and 10 to potentially move up the draft for Justin Fields, because they're a team that does the work on the player personalities, right? To actually see through, okay, what does this person need? How does he tick? I don't care what San Francisco is doing at number 3. We're going to be trying to get, they're kind of an unorthodox team.
Yeah, he don't.
Right? Whereas the rest
Patriots
of the
are like,
league,
oh, he's there. Take him.
right, exactly. Whereas the rest of the league is thinking, Ohio State gave us the heads up on Dwayne Haskins. They told us that they were giving him leadership books, right? And Ohio State doesn't want everyone to know that, hey, we just had back-to-back first-round quarterbacks, and we talked bad about them behind their back to NFL teams, right? I mean, those are the kind of things that are not being told in public, allegedly, again. But I think those are the reasons why cognitively it doesn't make sense what you're seeing on film versus how he's being talked about. But it's because people don't want to actually tell the entire story. But with that being said, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up a Patriot by the end of the weekend.
Yeah. I just see like on the internet and Twitter and everybody saying if the 49ers take Mac Jones at 3, all hell's going to break
I can't
loose.
wait. I think I tweeted this. I can't wait to just – if they take Mac Jones, I'm going straight to the 49ers Twitter account and just looking at the replies because it's just going to be a shit show.
I still think it has to be Lance just because of the cost and how certain things are playing out, like that Rappaport tweet where he says, hey, it's down to 2, Mac Jones and Trey Lance. Well, the decision's been made. They're not
right.
It's not down to 2. They know who
exactly.
But that seems more of like hey, Ian, you want to prime our fan base to kind of get them ready for it being Trey Lance after they've been misdirected and told it was Mac Jones this whole time, so they're not surprised on draft day. But we'll see. I know there's people in the league who 100% believe it's going to be Mac Jones at number 3, but that's not a confirmed thing. That's more of a they think it.
It's all speculation till the pick's made.
Exactly.
Unless someone has some inside info.
Whereas it's different than number 1 and number 2. I mean, people will say on record it's going to be Lawrence and Wilson.
How does that happen? Like the Wilson thing. How does that? What do you think that? How does that get out?
Yeah, it was just an early decision. I think it was just an early decision, and it just comes out. I mean, you think about what was it, 2014 or 2015? It must have been 2015 when Jameis and Mariota, right? Where it was a debate, Jameis or Mariota, 1 or 2. And the people went to the combine and they came back and they're like, no, the Bucs are taking Jameis. Like it was just a decision that was made. It's a decision that gets made. It just gets let out. I mean, major agents too. Like it's exactly.
Yeah. You can't hide the top 2 picks.
Right.
Because like at first, Lawrence was always 1. But then because the Jets had Darnold, it was like, what are they going to do with 2? But once they traded him, it was like, okay, now they're going to pick one of these 5 quarterbacks in the draft. And that's when, like you said, they started talking and Wilson became that choice. And now it's what happens at 3 and beyond now. And that's what we're thinking about right now. Right. But it's still going to be – I'm excited because we're actually going to the draft. I've never been to a draft before. I've never been interested in going to a draft. But the Jags have the first overall pick, and, like, there's all this talent in the first round. And I'm just excited to see where all these players go. And most importantly, who Jags get a quarterback. I'm interested in seeing where Najee Harris goes, ETN from Clemson running back, Pitts, obviously, what the Falcons are going to do there. Jamar Chase, because I'm talking to a Bengals fan, and he's like, yo, you don't take what you need in the first round. You take the best player available because they need the offensive lineman. And I'm like, I'm gonna hold you to that because I think they should take that offensive lineman after what your quarterback just went through last season. How you're not going to go out there and protect him? You're gonna give him a receiver and hope there's an offensive lineman just as good in the next round.
Offensive lineman kind of deep in this draft, right?
Yep, especially I would say tackle and center, especially deep. I think you're gonna get into a weird spot. So for perspective, I think a third of the normal amount of players who usually sign with agents actually did this year, which is compounded of 1, the short season, 2, a lot of money not being out there to train guys, and 3, a lot of guys just going back, for example. So like Washington had a quarterback who turned down an 8th year of eligibility. That's 8th. Exactly. So like a lot of things are happening. So like in Florida, right? You guys are down in Florida. De'Aaron King is getting a 6th year of eligibility to play at Miami just because he was a senior last year. He can come back because of the COVID rules. So like this year's draft is very odd in that it's really deep through like 4 rounds, but those 5th, 6th, 7th round picks, I think a ton of teams are either going to package them to try to move up in the draft and make sure that they're turning those picks into actual players that can be on the roster, or they're going to try to punt those picks for 2022 picks when the class is going to be a lot deeper at the shallow end. But one thing, like New England right now can't even sign all their draft picks with how many veterans they have on their roster. Remember when New England at the beginning of free agency was just picking up guys like crazy?
Yeah.
So like there's going to be fewer UDFAs in this draft class than we've ever seen before. Like just straight up guys on 90-man rosters. There's just not that many NFL caliber players, that have actually declared. A lot of guys went back. That's just kind of the situation we're in. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a weird draft.
Yeah. You get a little bit of both. A lot of players opted out to go to the draft, and so many of them said, I'm going to go back because I didn't get the opportunity that I wanted. So that makes a lot of sense. It's been a weird last year and a half so far.
Right.
So he was talking about Pitts and Chase and Najee Harris. We did this over-under last week. So is prop bets. So they may be a little off now, but I'm too lazy to go see what they are now. So I'm going to run them by you, and you just give me a quick over-under. Kyle Pitts, 5.5 over-under.
Woo! He does not get past 6. I'll tell you that. If he's there for the
Correct.
Dolphins, they're going to pick his ass. If he's not there, I think they'll take Waddle. Kyle Pitts. If you could tell me what Atlanta's doing at 4,
Right.
I'm confident.
I can't tell you they're taking Pitts.
Yeah, so I think if they stay there, they could take Pitts. But I just think, if you're Atlanta, your first year of a rebuild, you just signed a head coach whose whole thing is play action passing. Do you need to spend the first non-quarterback pick in the draft on a tight end when tight ends are known to not produce, early on in their careers? Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Pitts goes number 4 and his rookie year, he has like 350 yards before he breaks out the next year. That's just kind of how it works out with tight ends, right? Like,
but
they don't come in immediately
right?
and produce. He has a super high upside, but at the same time, it's like those guys just don't produce like early on in their careers, So it wouldn't like I just think there's a lot of ways that Atlanta can get out of picking Pitts, but I guess I'll go over. I'll go gun to my head. I'm going over because I think Atlanta could be a trade up spot.
And if they did trade out of that spot, do you think the person trading there is aiming for Pitts or a quarterback?
I think it would have to be if there's a trade for 4, it's to jump the Bengals for Chase or to grab a quarterback.
For Chase, wow.
Yeah, I think Chase is going to go 5. I think.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Do him next.
There's a lot of people who believe that, and the Bengals have such a small scouting staff that it's not difficult to kind of figure out what they're doing. I think they have, last time I checked, like 4 actual scouts, like guys with scout in their title.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Hey, man, Bengals are a mom and pop shop. That's why people were talking about, hey, the Bengals, maybe they trade out at 4 and get a haul. And I'm like, the Bengals do not have the manpower to get a haul at 5 and reshape what they're doing on draft day and have a plan for that. Like, they literally do not have the people in the room to be able to get that done.
That's weird.
You got Chase going to the Bengals?
Yep. Chase the Bengals.
Is that strictly because of the Burrow connection?
Well, I think it's a lot of things. I mean, I think they're trying to get better at wide receiver too. I think their offensive line situation where they're looking at Jonah Williams, and I understand Jonah Williams has played like 10 games in the last like 30 months or something like that since he was at Bama because he got hurt. But I think they view him as a left tackle. I think they're telling themselves, wait, why are we taking Sewell to move him from left tackle to right tackle, which is still something that NFL teams care about when we already paid Reef and we think Reef is going to be our right tackle. So it kind of puts them in a situation where they're like, how much better are we actually getting here? And you have to remember, the Bengals are a pretty cash poor team. So the fact, like, they can't, a thing the Bengals usually don't do is pay a guy and then have him sit on the bench. They hardly pay their own guys. They see guys, walk out the door. Carl Lawson just walked out the door, right? I mean, and they got worse at the end and they had to pay less money, and it's because they don't have cash on hand. So like, it doesn't make sense for them to pay Reef and then also justify not playing him. You know what I mean? So I think it's a lot of factors, but I think Chase at the end of the day is that pick. And the league is basically operating under that assumption too. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, that's interesting. Justin Fields, 4.5.
Wow. Over.
Yeah. What we just talked about. Yeah. I knew you'd take over.
Yeah.
This is,
I mean, the only way, because I don't think he's going number 3. So the only way is a trade up to 4. That's the only way that gets done. So, and New England's picking at 15. So getting to 4, I think, is a whole lot harder for them than getting to 7, 8, 10.
A Mac Jones, Jimmy Garoppolo QB battle does not sound fun if I'm a Niners.
Jimmy is not going to be there again. Hit you with the allegedly, but man, they are not huge fans of that guy apparently. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did the whole Sam Bradford thing where it's like, hey, first quarterback injury, like, all right, here's Jimmy Garoppolo, give us a second round pick or something like that. I think that's more of the plan than him being traded on draft day. I think people forget how hard it is to actually trade players on draft day because they have to pass physicals. You guys hear a ghost?
There's a little girl screaming. She's been screaming for the past 45 minutes.
Like right when we started the podcast, she's been screaming. So great timing on her part. It's one of the negatives, I guess, moving into an apartment. Trey Lance, it says here over under 6.5, but I imagine you'll say under since I think you said you.
I think he's going 3. I mean, I would be pretty. I'd be pretty surprised if he doesn't go number 3. I'll say that. And then if he doesn't go number 3, I think he's the one guy Atlanta's looking at quarterback.
Is North Dakota State QBU? I know nothing about Trey Lance.
Hey, they
didn't play last season.
Well, they struggled this year. I tell you that. If you follow the spring season for North Dakota State, they've made like 3 quarterback switches. Their quarterbacks combined have more interceptions than touchdowns. They just played a playoff game in the FCS, and I think they threw for like 50 passing yards, and they rushed for like 450 just because they don't have answers at their
why they Georgia Tech.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll tell you what, I mean, it might look like QBU on the surface, but if you look at what North Dakota State is doing right now without Trey Lance, sure looks like a whole different team.
What about Devontae Smith, 11.5?
Oh, so there's 11.5. I'll say under, but barely, just because the Giants are right there. Yeah, I think there's a situation where, okay, let's say Atlanta takes Pitts at 4. Then I think Miami's going to take Waddle, and then, you have Lions right there who could take a wide receiver, and then you have the Giants, and the Giants are picking 11. So I wouldn't be surprised if, there's any situation where Devonta either goes, 7 or 11. I would say his floor is probably 12 to the Eagles. If Devonta isn't there for the Eagles, I think they'll take Surtain. Someone's got to be there at 12, but they're going to end up taking a corner or a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think since Galladay went to the Giants, if that happened, Devonta Smith went to the Giants. Daniel Jones, you better show out this season. You got no excuses. You got no excuses if you have all those weapons on offense to throw to. Saquon's still a question mark. That's my guy. I'm a Penn State guy, but
picked up his 5th-year option today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I saw it.
We looking for confirmation. But I'm saying if you give Daniel Jones all those players, that you got to show out.
I think it's the same thing with Tua. I think it's a big prove it year for both of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they're going to get help for Tua at pick 6, and how many more Alabama players can we get you if they take Waddle, right?
And what would be great is, like I was telling Andy on another podcast, like the NFL class is shifting. We've had these legends that have played the past decade and they're starting to get old and retire. We've got this new wave of quarterbacks coming in, and I think personally Darnold will thrive in Carolina. That remains to be seen, but I think he will. And Daniel Jones and Tua have potential, and you give them these weapons, they could potentially be good quarterbacks as well. So we have a nice little group of quarterbacks here that are about to be in the league for the next 10 years.
You don't want to miss out.
Thankfully,
we're not.
Well, Mahomes going to be in the playoffs every year, beating everybody.
Yeah, that's tough. I always think about if you are the Broncos, right? And you're just saying to yourselves,
Eddie,
man, we're going to see Patrick Mahomes 2 times every year for the next
You got to trade for Teddy.
We're going to see Justin Herbert every year for the next 10 years, right? That's a Derek real Carr, tough position to be in. Derek Carr and Gruden's better than the combo that they got in Denver right now. But
yes, Waller's a beast.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Any chance that 6 QBs go in the first round?
No, I mean I've talked to people about the Davis Mills thing because I think he's probably the next guy up.
Where's he from?
And it's Stanford.
That was the guy that was like. That didn't play much.
Yes.
Or hasn't played a lot of games, but he looks great.
Right. Well, he has a big arm. I wouldn't go as far to say looks great, but
Okay.
yeah, he's a real tough evaluation because a lot of people, I think, just see his arm talent. But at the end of the day, he's a 5-star recruit who played for David Shaw, barely got playing time and never really developed. And if we're not talking about North Dakota State, right? If we were talking about North Dakota State or BYU or something like that, where it's like, yeah, this guy just didn't develop. That's not the same conversation as, hey, this dude literally went to Stanford under David Shaw in a system that is built to build quarterbacks for the NFL level, and he wasn't able to do it. So, a lot of the conversations when you talk about Mills to other people ends up being, well, he only played 15 games or whatever, but, that's basically what Matt Jones started. And that's basically what, Trey Lance started. But they did it at a championship level. Davis Mills never ended up doing that. So I don't believe that guy can go in the first round.
Thankfully, our guy has been playing quarterback since he was like 12 years old.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
He's pretty good with it. Yeah.
I mean, a few losses, literally. Just
a handful.
Four.
I can count them.
4 since high school,
Four?
I think.
Yeah. I saw an article and it was like the one guy that beat him in high school, and he was like the backup quarterback at Air Force now. He was like running like a triple option offense in Georgia, and he beat Trevor Lawrence in high school.
He probably tells people that out at the clubs. I was one of the guys beat, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. This guy right here, I beat him.
17-year-old self. Yeah,
I beat him at 17.
I think Chris Rock has a funny joke where he's like, there's people that played pickup basketball with Michael Jordan and beat him, but they're not in the NBA, but they got stories to tell.
Yeah.
Right.
Is any place people can drop your Twitter handle? I'm going to put it on the YouTube when we upload the YouTube, but you got anything that people should be looking out on your end before 8 p.m. Thursday night?
So actual draft day, we're going to drop all our reports. So we have over 300 guys graded full reports. I'll probably tweet them out for the defensive front seven as guys get picked, right? So like a linebacker gets picked, I'll tweet out his report. That's basically kind of what I'm doing on draft day.
Okay.
But if you want to get a look at our big board in general, we just dropped that on Bleacher Report today, actually. So if you guys want to go check that out, do it. It's my pinned tweet on my Twitter. My Twitter is @JUMOSQ. That's pretty much it. Other than that, find me on twitter.com. I'm going to be tweeting out these reports on draft day. That's it. Stop by, say hi, ask me questions. I'll answer them.
Awesome.
He said I'm interactive, guys. He's interactive.
Well, I appreciate you being interactive with us for a half hour. Enjoy draft night. Hey, do you like what's better for you, draft season or regular season?
Oh, regular season by far.
Oh, okay.
In terms of the actual season, draft day is probably better than.
Is your favorite day than like a championship Sunday or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. Like It's like playoff games, draft day, NFL regular season, and then draft season. Is probably how I would rank it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the dopamine just fires off, serotonin flowing on draft day.
It's freaking drama.
Yeah.
So fun. There's nothing else like it in sports, really.
No.
Well, appreciate the time. It was good seeing you face to face.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. Anytime, guys. Good luck on the new apartment.
Thank
you. What's the phrase? Something with the kinks. Been drinking, James. All right, man. Talk to you. Wake up, bitch. Shouldn't have drank.
Jokes. How am I not gonna drink with this and this? How am I not gonna drink? All right. You're talking about Bubba Wallace.
I'm energetic.
Bubba Wallace was
yes, he was racing.
He was
Sunday.
doing good.
Yeah, he was doing good. He so our NASCAR analyst Brian Olson, he let me know that Bubba jumped from 40th to 1st within the first 10 laps of the race. Don't know how true that is, but I don't think Brian would lie to me. I went to his wedding. We're cool peeps. He was almost wrecked by Joey Logano, who flipped over his car in the first stage. But Bubba won his first stage ever in NASCAR. He won stage 2. Why are you waving? Hello. Hello, YouTube. But I don't celebrate small wins in pro sports. You can win a stage, but ultimately you have to win the third stage because that's when you win the race. Bubba Wallace, did you finish top 10?
Did he?
He finished 18th.
Yikes.
Another no from me this week.
Do you think we'll get to the end of how many more races we got?
We have till November.
You think he'll do it?
Yeah,
Top 10?
I think he'll get top 10.
That documentary gonna be fucking heat.
What's it gonna be? Changing tires. A little Michael Jordan interview, changing tires. It's not gonna be that great.
He's gonna hear your segment, and it's gonna cut to Michael Jordan saying, "Well, I took that personally." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Thanks.
Speaking of Michael Jordan, NBA news. Another week,
good
another
one.
hibernation.
Yikes!
I don't give a fuck.
Yet we're going to an NBA game possibly in
No, we
between
won't.
draft picks.
Yes.
Friday.
That'll be probably the most fun part of the vlog, in my opinion, going between watching the draft to pulling up to the fucking Cavs Wizards game and then leaving. I'm just envisioning it in my head how I'm going to edit that, and I think it'll be funny. Just like we're watching the draft, we're randomly at the Cavs game, we dip,
And then we go back to the
and we
draft
go back
for
to
the
watch
next
the
pick.
draft wherever the fuck we're at. Who knows? It's going to be cold and rainy. We're going to be drunk. Who knows what the fuck is going to happen? But it'll be a great vlog. You're not going to want to miss that. YouTube.com/Dunn and Drew.
Kicking it back to the NFL draft, there was an anonymous scout last week, and I think this is a very interesting debate. They said if Burrow was coming out this year and he had just had the year that he had, just,
LSU
they're coming
year?
at this, yes.
Yeah.
He would take Burrow 100 times out of 100 over Trevor Lawrence. And I posed a question on Twitter. I did a poll, and I'm going to ask you what you think the results were after I give you the numbers. Because I think it's so
The
fascinating.
numbers of the two quarterbacks.
No, the poll results. So I said, who would y'all draft with the number 1 overall pick if they were coming out together? Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow? One of them had 42% of the votes. The other one had 58% of the votes. Who do you think Twitter, and we had 415 people vote, who do you think Twitter thought should go number 1 with the overall pick?
That's pretty even, in my opinion.
It's close, but one has the edge.
Yes. I think people took Trevor Lawrence over Burrow.
You're right. Why would you? Would you?
I think they did that because he's done it year after year after year. I understand like people's argument about Trevor Lawrence. Like in my DMs at least, people have argued against him just because he plays in the ACC and it's not as competitive as the conference that Burrow played in. But in my opinion, if you have the talent, you have the talent. No matter who you play. Like he was doing this consistently year after year after year. No, he didn't win the national championship every single year he played, but that's a tough task to do. He beat Bama the first time he played them, I believe. I think he beat them as a freshman or a sophomore. And he put up 44 points, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he smoked Bama in 2019. Burrow had an amazing season, one of the best seasons we've ever seen. Crazy, amazing season.
The best that
Right.
a lot of people have seen.
Yes, but because we have the historical data of Trevor Lawrence doing this for 3 straight years versus that one, that's the reason I would take Trevor Lawrence, because of the consistency that he's done it. Whereas Burrow did it for 1 year in a tough conference, the best conference in college. But Trevor Lawrence, year after year after year, never wavered, never fucking fell off doing it. And he has, 3 losses in his entire career? He went to the playoffs every year. Who did he lose to? He lost to
Ohio State and
He lost to Ohio State and he
LSU. Joe Burrow.
and he lost to Burrow.
It's just Joe Burrow's season was stupid. So if they were coming out, I would say I would have a hard time. I mean, it helps that Joe Burrow's really cute, but I would have a hard time. I mean, it's a win-win either way. But like, if we're coming off of that Joe Burrow playoff run, I would have a hard time saying I'd rather Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
because he was. It's easy to forget because we're a year removed, over a year removed. But Joe Burrow was fucking insane.
He was. He threw fucking 7 touchdown passes in that one game.
Yeah. By halftime, it was stupid to score. He had 7 touchdowns, I think, by half. Yeah, it was. I think I would lean Joe Burrow coming, like if they were both coming out, but we would win either way. But
yeah.
Joe Burrow, I don't care if you do it over and over again. Joe Burrow proved that he's got what it takes. Yeah, he had talent all around him, but you still look at the playing footsies with me.
No, did I touch your foot?
Yeah, you did.
Oh shit, my bad.
You still look at the ability, and the ability's there. The numbers he put up, and he was in the SEC. Stupid.
Yeah.
Like I would go Joe Burrow. It's crazy.
He was in the SEC, but like I said, Trevor Lawrence beat fucking Nick Saban. Nobody does that.
As a freshman.
Who does that?
As a
Who beats
freshman.
Nick Saban? Nick Saban's the GOAT of all GOATs of college. And Trevor Lawrence did that with ease in his first year. So he gets that credential in 1 year. That's 1 year. We're talking about Joe Burrow in 1 year as well. And he did what he did. But Trevor Lawrence in that 1 year beat Nick Saban and Bama. And then 2 years after that, continued to win, continued to go to the playoffs. Didn't win championships, but he got to the college football
every
playoffs.
year, yeah.
So that's the NFL goal, right? Get to the playoffs. That's what you want to do. Season starts over. And that's when you adjust whatever to your opponent. And if we can get there, I'm cool with it. But like you said, you win either way. This is a debate that is just showing where the quarterback is heading in the NFL's future. And if we have a debate like this, we know that we're in for a good ride for the next 10 years because we're going to have great QB talent.
All right, great conversation. We're gonna get into rants, raves, and reviews in a second, but I want to read this tweet we just got. It's pretty good. I'm glad we got it while we're recording. This is from Bonnie, who's a Jags fan. She's a very sweet lady.
She tweeted Dunn and Drew?
Very sweet lady. Yeah, she tweeted both of us, our handles. She said, my Lyft driver and I talking Jags early tonight. I mentioned the Bold City Brigade, which, if you're not a Jags fan or not familiar, it's the Jags fan group here. Very loyal fan group. Best tailgates ever. It's on our YouTube channel. And the Lyft driver says, oh yeah, who's that tall black guy who hangs out with that little skinny white dude? He's great. So not only did I not get I got mentioned, but not only, like, he was talking about you, and I'm only the person that you hang out with. That's what I am. And I'm also a little, not only just little, I'm little and skinny. Even though I've been working on these gains. Like, I'm going to the gym for a reason. So obviously this guy just hasn't seen the last vlog or any recent podcast episodes. But that's fine. That's fair. At least, hey, that's the second time we got noticed today. Well, not even noticed. This person just brought us up without even seeing us.
That's crazy. So let me look at her profile. Yeah, she lives in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So I was telling Andy today that I'm not really well known in Jacksonville yet. Like,
and then that happens.
I haven't taken over this city yet, and I'm trying to.
Bitch, take over South Daytona first.
Fuck South Daytona. Who lives there? Confederate flag flyers. I don't want to take over fucking South Daytona. I'm trying to take over Jacksonville. I'm trying to be like we're this podcast, we do this for fun. We're not analysts here. We're two guys with an opinion that have good chemistry together. Like, we're not coming at you trying to sell you something, you know?
Unless it's Manscaped.
Except it's Manscaped.
Or our Patreon.
But like, we're not, our profession is not being right about sports, you know? We just have takes and opinions like everybody else, but we do it in a way where we can entertain you.
There are some hills that I will die on, and then I'll tell you that I'm right about.
Yeah, we got to change that phrase to Brandon Marshall. Yeah, that you will Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, that I'll Brandon Marshall you on.
But yes, that is. Oh damn, you recorded me. I look drunk as shit.
Oh, I thought you looked cute. That's the only reason I took it.
But I do love me some Lyft. So, thank you.
Is that what we're taking to the airport tomorrow? Lyft or Uber?
I take Lyft because I get Delta miles for it.
So I'll take Uber.
Peace. Your shit is early. We ain't got to ride together, but it's fucking 40 minutes. You might want to carpool. be a lonely drive solo with a driver. But on to rants, raves, and reviews, I have 2 rants. You don't have any. First rant is the sheesh that's been going viral. I feel like Andy has said sheesh forever. And
I think a lot of people have. It's just recently, it blew up on a TikTok, so everyone's
it blew up on a TikTok, so everyone says it now. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because if ja ever goes viral, I'm pissed if I don't get my credit for it. Because who says ja?
Well, who do you think who got credit for sheesh? No one, probably.
No one. That's my point.
So if it goes viral, you're not gonna get the credit.
If it happens, I'm going to have one of you guys go to every single one of our episodes where we say ja, 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 ja. Make a compilation. We'll pay you for it, and we're taking credit for that because you can't take my lingo and it goes worldwide. Fuck that.
Look at the reflection of the sign on the table. That's fucking sick.
Shit's beautiful. What a gift. What a housewarming present. My other rant is the J&J vaccine.
Oh no, I love this one.
So like I mentioned earlier, I've been getting headaches every morning. I have one right now, probably because of the Jameson, a different J word. But
J&J.
But I also have allergies. Like my allergies have been kicking my ass since I went to Columbus 3 weeks ago and came back. I got allergies up there bad. My nasal has been clogged since. So it's a combination of those 2 things. I'm about to be on a plane tomorrow, so I'm going to be fucked again. And if I die, I told Drew, he gets my savings, he pays my half of the rent, he'll be living good for the next year. Then it's up to you to carry. But the J&J vaccine with the blood clot shit, I know it's a small percentage of people who got it. But between that and my allergies that have been around since fucking last month, like allergy season, you guys know if you have allergies, you're getting fucked this year. More than ever, for some reason. More than ever. And we got COVID out here. You don't know what's going on in your body. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't know what the fuck's going on in my body, but I'm fucking taking my meds, trying to smoke this weed, drink this liquor, trying to party. I'm trying to balance life right now and trying not to die. But if I die, I die. And I hope it's a celebration and not a sad moment because I'm nervous and I don't know what's going on in my body. I got no health insurance. Don't want to go to a doctor. I'm not trying to wait in the office for 40 minutes. So doing these home remedies, we'll see what happens. Those are my 2 rants. I'm real nervous for this upcoming Cleveland trip. I feel like I'm going to be destroyed after.
I feel like I am too. And then I start work after I get back. It's like, I better stay healthy through this trip. I'm nervous.
Cold and rainy, bro. We have to stay warm or we're going to get sick.
One of my raves is what do you think about my Madden 21 streams? My live streams I've been doing on the channel.
Well, I think it's funny when you're ass.
Yeah, it's not as good as when I'm good, right?
Well, I haven't watched when you're good yet. I just watched that one the other day when you played the Bills and you exposed Poyer.
Yeah.
You won, but you threw a pick 6, which was funny. So as long as you balance like being ass, I think they'll be all right. I've never watched Madden before on like YouTube or Twitch or anything. I've watched like Kingdom Hearts, whatever that game's called, and Fortnite I've watched, but I've never
Kingdom
watched.
Hearts, that's a random one for you.
It is. But I've never watched Madden, so I'm not really sure like what to expect. But I watched it because it's you. It's on our channel, and I wanted to see what it was like. But I enjoy like talking with people in the comments while I'm watching a stream. So keep doing it because you enjoy playing Madden, and people were in there conversating. So I'd say keep doing that shit.
Here's another update from the Lyft driver. The driver also said he loves the pod. Says you guys, this is the second podcast shout out we got today. What's going on? We move here in fucking dominoes fall.
Like this is our first day here together. Like we've not done nothing yet.
She said the driver said you guys are accurate as balls, which is something we just said we weren't. But he said she said regarding what it's like to be a Jags fan. So yeah,
it's ass.
One of my raves is, or another rave is, I got my blood test results. So I got my blood drawn before I lost my insurance from my company that I left. I did a little checkup at the doctor, and they took blood and came back saying a couple things, 3 notable things. Well, I'd say 2 notable things. One of them, I need to stop eating fat foods, like foods that have fats in them, even though it doesn't show on my body.
So all of them?
They said my triglycerides were high, but something about fats in my blood wasn't good. So I got to eat more chicken, more rice, stay away from the fatty foods, even though I had Arby's today and now I'm eating pizza. Not good, but we're going to counterbalance it by exercising more. I live on a tennis court. There's a tennis court here. Come on. Oh, we got to talk about the 40. I'm going to argue with you about that. Second notable thing, my liver. Perfect. So
Same with me after college. Went to the doctor. He said, your liver's good.
weren't you shocked?
I was in shock, but it just made me realize, like, alcohol takes a little while to catch up to you.
So maybe by like
when you're
40.
older. Yeah, 40, 50.
We should do another.
Slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
But he said, you're at risk for diabetes. Don't get fat. He said that. So, been in the gym.
You're not going to get fat.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get to the weight that's damaging. I'm an active person. I'll be all right.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll be in the gym tomorrow.
So they at the draft they're gonna have like the NFL experience. So they're gonna have a pass, punt, and kick thing.
They should.
But
I
it's
didn't
gonna be
research.
raining,
I didn't
so-
research, so I don't know what's all gonna be there. But if it's raining, it ain't gonna be shit. But
I hope that they have it active because we both have tickets. This is for Friday. Is when we have the tickets, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
The only thing Friday is gonna be windy.
oh yeah.
But we have the 40. They have the 40-yard dash thing, and Eric and I are going to race. And he thinks, I think he's maybe coming around to being wrong, but he thinks he's going to run a faster 40 than I.
Well, if we're drunk, I'm not racing anything successfully.
Right. We'll make sure that. I mean, if we're drunk,
But guys, like this is Friday, day 2 of the draft, and our tickets are for 4 p.m. to 7. What are we going to be doing before then? Or are we going to be sober? We're going to be fucked up. We're going to be racing this shit fucked up. So this is going to be a wash. There's no way we get to the draft experience sober. Not a fucking chance.
you don't. What's our ticket time?
4 p.m.
You don't think we can stay sober till 4?
No.
I think we could do it. Even if we're a little tipsy, I'm still willing to do the race and not put an asterisk next to it.
Me too. But I would like to race an actual good time, putting my full
Okay,
effort
so
forth.
all things equal, do you think you could beat me in a 40?
I think I could. I
Why?
think I could smoke you.
Wow. Oh my God. There's a few reasons you're wrong. One,
Well, this is an opinion. You're
exactly.
not a physics major.
But I'm explaining to you. Yes, this is my opinion, but
you're
you're
explaining why you think you'll beat me,
But I have more
and I'll
reasons.
explain why I think you'll
Okay,
beat me.
well, I'll provide more reasoning why you won't. You
Go
are
on.
bigger,
Bigger.
more.
Why you don't gotta write that big?
You weigh more, which is not a slight on you, obviously.
That doesn't mean shit.
It's more time to speed up.
That doesn't mean shit.
Oh my God!
All
It's a
these
40.
NFL players weigh the same as me, and they're running 4.4s, 4.6, 4.8.
You running a 4.4?
I could. We don't know. We gotta test.
But it takes long unless you're Derrick
What Kyle
Henry.
Pitts run?
Unless you're Derrick Henry.
6'6".
Unless you're Derrick Henry, it's going to take you longer.
Derrick Henry.
It's going to take you longer to speed up. Number 3, I play tennis,
Okay.
so I'm used to that.
That's
I'm
lateral
used to
shit.
that- I'm
You're
used to
running
that-
straight.
I'm used to that short line sprinting.
For,
Like quick.
for a second to the net.
You're running. You're.
Nigga said I gotta go hit this drop shot.
Shut the fuck up.
That ain't a sprint, bitch.
You're running on the treadmill, so you think you're fast, but you're just doing. That's endurance.
Well, I'm only running for 5 minutes. It's a light jog, but I think my toned legs have a say in running faster. My legs aren't as heavy anymore. They move better.
No, you're not beating me. So, well,
If I lose to you in a 40, I'm killing myself. What do I?
You're really looking down that much on me?
Yes.
As an
What do I
athlete?
look like losing to you with all this effort I've put in my body? I should be able to run better than you.
There are a lot of things that you can do better than me right now because of your gym addiction. You can lift more. You can.
That's not. We're not talking about lifting though. I'm talking about straight running.
Oh, but no. Well, that's fine.
My arms gonna be bigger. I don't give a fuck about my arms. I'm focusing on these fucking boulders I got on my thighs.
We do have neighbors, so you gotta.
They're not
tone it
there.
down. Who's there?
That's the door. Oh, they can come knock and say something. Give them a drink. I think it's all women on this floor. I haven't seen any men. I might like it.
So I'm saying the things you do at the gym, yes, you'll be able to run longer than me because your endurance is better. You'll be able to lift more than me.
That 40 longer.
You'll be able to lift more than me. But that 40-yard dash is short enough to where I will not get tired.
You don't think I've ever sprinted on the treadmill?
If you did, it's not faster than me.
A minute? It's not even a minute-long dash.
No, it's like a few seconds.
I know. I've sprinted for 30. I think I'll be all right.
All right. Well,
I'll be on that shit light as fuck.
I can't wait.
Ooh, I can't wait either.
No, like I told you, if it's an 80-yard dash, I'd give it to you. You'd win. You'd probably win.
Can you just concede? Because you ain't beating me.
A 40, you will not win.
Okay.
I may even say right now that I may go under 5 seconds.
I may say you're full of shit and you're way too confident in your athletic ability for a 40-yard fucking dash, and I'm a whole athlete.
You're a whole athlete. All right. Well, we're going to put the poll out tomorrow before we run the shit.
I'm wearing the lightest clothes I have.
Even though it's going to be raining and cold, you're going to be out there in like a tank top, short-ass shorts.
Short-ass shorts, light shoes to run a 6'4".
6'4".
No, I'll probably be like a 5'2". I have no idea. I'm joking, but I'd beat you. This isn't the Eric that jogged next to the bike.
I'm not saying it is. I know what Eric it is.
Stadium.
I know what Eric it is, and I'm not scared of him.
Not the same Eric. Was that a rave?
No, that was me forgetting to bring it up when we first talked.
Interesting. I've got one review. So every fast food establishment's coming out with a chicken sandwich now that Popeyes blew up over theirs. I had McD's, awful, never getting that again. Stick with McChickens, you heard it from me first. KFC's, their chicken is crispy with no flavor. So I tried Popeyes back when the hype started. It wasn't spicy to me. I have to try it again. The first time wasn't good, but everybody else's spicy chicken sandwich or a chicken sandwich, ass. Don't go to anybody's. Chick-fil-A is still the GOAT chicken sandwich. McD's still the GOAT for McChickens. I need one right now, but I got a vlog to edit, and we got a flight in 6 hours.
Oh my god.
11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 6.
We gotta wake up in 6 hours.
6 hours. So
we gotta wake up in 6 hours, or
wake up in 6 hours. Yeah. So I have to get to work. But that is our show, guys. We had to get this done for you. We scrambled, really.
Yes, today, like getting this up for you guys took a miracle, and it happened. So
yeah, it did. Like figuring out the audio.
We even had technical difficulties getting it up. But.
Getting this table, putting it together, putting the sign up for the aesthetic. What else? Did the interview at 8:00. We had to do all this before that interview. So appreciate it, because the grind is just getting started, and it continues into the night. I may need some cocaine, but I'm not in South Florida anymore. But any last words?
No. Enjoy the draft, everyone. If you listen to this after the draft, let us know your thoughts on what we talked about, our mock. Follow us on social media if you want to see our shenanigans for the draft. It's gonna be a good time. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Support our YouTube channel. That's all I got.
That's our show, guys. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Share the show with your friends, parents, enemies. Make sure y'all watch us on youtube.com/Dunn and Drew to see the new housewarming gift neon sign. See this little setup we got initially. We're talking into one mic now, but it will soon be 2. Subscribe to our Patreon, exclusive Discord access and bonus episodes. Patreon.com/Dunn and Drew. We will be at the draft tomorrow in Cleveland. Tune in to both of our stories, Dunn and Drew stories, our Twitters. Content will be flowing like crazy. Draft vlog will be crazy. It's going to be a fucking movie the next fucking 4 days. So keep it locked here. We are finally in Jacksonville together, and we are starting off hot. So until next time, this has been Dunn and Drew, baby. See you at the draft.